welcome to another Sunnyside Design tutorial. I'm Steph.
Hi, and I'm Michelle.
Today we're going to show you how to fix a chair. She'll tell you what's going on.
All right, so I picked up two of these chairs at a yard sale for $5, and they're great. I love the patina on them. I didn't want to change that at all, but they are starting to pull apart right down here on the leg, and so you can see that it comes in and out. So we're going to fix that so they will be nice and sturdy again, and we will be able to sit on them and not worry about falling on the floor.
Yeah, sometimes when you scoot it in, it kind of falls apart, and well, it's
all right, and we're going to just show you how easy that is to fix.
Yep.
You're just really going to need some good wood glue. So I've got this wood glue. We're going to use a little paintbrush to kind of cram the glue in there, and then we are going to use a damp cloth to wipe up excess glue, which I don't have in front of me right now, and then straps.
Yep.
We're going to use, you could use a clamp. I don't have a clamp that's big enough to reach this whole chair, so we're just going to tie it up with a strap, or a strap,
a strap,
so that it will be secure as the glue dries, and that's all it takes. No nailing, no screws, no anything like that. That's all it takes is some glue, and we'll have it fixed.
So here we go.
All right.
The first step is to remove the loose joint from the leg of the chair. So I pull those up, and then I'm going to put the wood glue into the hole that's on the leg where the side stretchers go. So I'll liberally put wood glue in both of those holes and fill it up with glue. And it's better to have too much glue at this point. If it squeezes out, we'll just clean that up. Once the glue is in, I'll line up the stretchers back into the joint there, and then I'm going to push down firmly to get that into position. And as I do this, some of that glue is going to start to come out. Then I'll take a damp cloth and I just wipe around and wipe up any loose glue. You do want to do that before it dries. If you let the glue dry, you'll find that it is really difficult to get it off of the wood. It really does adhere well. Now I had one other joint that was loose, and that was up towards the seat. And I tried to pull that joint apart, but it wasn't, even though it was loosening up a bit, I couldn't get it all the way apart. So what I'm doing here is pouring in a little bit of glue right into that crack that's formed, and then using that small paintbrush to kind of work the glue into the area. We want to really saturate it with glue. I'll go on the side here as well and put some glue that's there. It's actually the underneath side of the chair. We'll squeeze in some more glue and then work it into that crack. We really want to get as much glue in that joint as possible so that we get a good seal there with the adhesive on the glue. And I'm going to squeeze in a little bit more, work it in, and I just keep doing this until I have filled up that entire area. And then wipe off the excess. The next part we need to do is to strap it down. If you had a couple of large clamps, you could just clamp it. I am just using these straps that I had. I've wrapped it all the way around the chair, and I'm just going to pull on it and snug it up so that it's tight around all four legs, and that's going to hold that joint really tight. There I am, pulling it tight again, getting it really tight on there. Now, if you don't have straps, you could also do this with some rope and just pull it really tight. Probably have to have someone help you to snug it up and get it tight, but this could be done with a rope as well. Now, I had that joint that was up towards the seat that I was trying to snug up with the straps. I put a second strap up around that part, and I was pulling and pulling, and I wasn't quite getting that joint to snug up quite as well as I would have liked it to. So what I did instead was I got out the rubber mallet. And so I'm just going to tap on that with the rubber mallet. Right now I'm wiping up excess glue that was coming out when I was squeezing it, but it still wasn't quite as tight together as I would have liked it to be. So I tried tapping it to get that joint to kind of to snug in together. It still was not quite getting as tight as I'd like it to be. I pulled on the strap. So I did decide to pull out my large clamp. I do have one large clamp, and I did put that on, and then you just twist it to tighten that up, and that did the trick. It tightened up that joint, and now I'm just going to let it dry. I did let it sit overnight. Once the glue has dried and cured, which I like to let it sit overnight so that I know that it's totally dry, I removed the clamps and the straps, and now the chair is all put together and solid. I did decide, since I had gone to this work of getting it back together, that it would be good to kind of refresh the finish. And so I'm going to show how I did that as well. I've used this product for about 40 years. It's Old English scratch cover. And not only does it condition the wood with oils, but it brings back some of the luster and shine, kind of restores the wood back, but keeps the same patina. So to do this, you just pour some on a cloth and rub it into the scratched areas, and then rub over the entire surface so that the entire area is getting that oil rubbed into it. So I've gone over the entire chair with this, and then I will let it sit for about 20 to 30 minutes, just letting that oil absorb into the wood. And you can see I've got my little helper there driving his car. He really wants to be a part of the videos. All right, after I've let that sit for about 20 minutes, then I've just taken a clean cloth and I'm just going to wipe off any oil that is remaining that didn't soak into the wood. You'll want to do this. It also will wipe off the oil itself has a little bit of stain into it, which helps hide the scratches that might be in a piece of furniture. While I was cleaning up this chair, I decided that I would also change the upholstery and fix the seat up a little bit as well. So I'm going to throw in a little tutorial about how to do that as well. So I've got a little tool here. It's actually a tack removing tool that I have used to pull out the staples on the fabric. And then I just use some needle nose pliers to pull out all of the staples. You'll just want to remove them all the way around so you can have the fabric removed from the seat itself. Now you can see here that the upholstery straps underneath the chair were a little bit loose. So I decided to tighten that up as well. So I removed the tacks holding the burlap and the straps down. And then I used my staple gun, pulled the straps tight, and restapled them down. Then my seat was nice and firm. I am just loving these animal prints that are available now, so I decided to recover my chair in this fabulous cheetah print fur. Thought that would be fun. I cut my fabric about 4 to 5 inches wider than the seat itself. And then I get it ready to staple. I like to start at the front, and I'll start in the center of the front section and start stapling out towards one of the corners. I don't like to go all the way to the corner. I like to work from the center out on each side first. So I've gone on one side, and now I'm going to start stapling across the other way. I'll stop about 2 inches from the corner and then flip it around and work on the back side of the seat. This way I get it nice and even. There's no puckering on the other side of the seat. So on the back side, I start in the center, and then I'm going to work my way out to the sides within about 2 inches of the corner. And then I'm going to flip it again and work on the sides the exact same way. Start in the center, work my way towards each corner, leaving the corners undone at the moment. All right, here we are on the last side, getting those all stapled nice and tight. All right. Now we're ready to do the corners. Notice my chair had a little notch out. That's so it would fit nicely in against the wood around the edge of my seat. But I pull the fabric back on a diagonal, pulling it tight at the corner, and then I'm going to place one staple right in there, holding that corner at an angle. And then I will trim away the fabric so that it's not quite so bulky there. And then I'm going to fold in the sides, just like you're folding in a package. Kind of tuck it and angle it, pull it towards the seat, and then put in some staples. Then I'll repeat for the other side of the corner, folding it in and getting a nice angle. Finally, I will just trim off any of the loose fabric that is not attached, kind of trimming it up. And then finally, we'll place it on the seat of the chair. And then it is all finished. Next, we will take a look at it in the room. Welcome to my craft room. Here is that chair that we repaired in my craft room. I have this one set up at my sewing station. This is the chair that we had to repair the loose joints on the stretcher bar that hooked into the leg. You can see how nicely that is repaired now. And then we finished, refreshed the finish with a little bit of Old English polish with the scratch cover in it. And then the wonderful cheetah print faux fur seat. I am thrilled with the way it turned out. The other chair is at my computer workstation. I did polish that one as well and refresh the seat, reupholster the seat with the faux fur. It didn't need any repairs. The joints on that chair were fine. We appreciate you following along and hope that this tutorial has been helpful. And here at Sunnyside Design, we hope to bring your home to the sunny side of the street. If you have any comments or we'd love to hear from you. Thank you for following along.